Hello, Taurus. Elsie here to do a reading for you. Just here to drop a bonus read for you. How are you, my bull gang? Thank you so much for being here. So, Taurus, have you ever felt like you had a connection to somebody that you've known before? Someone from a past life, someone that you're sure that you've known from another time. It's like you have too many things that are in common for it not to be that way. I think we're going to read about that today. I do have a past life deck, so we're going to pull that out as well. But the first thing we're going to start out with is tarot, and we're going to get some energies on the table. We'll find out who we're speaking of. And this reading is for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. When I do these bonus reads, I don't put a time or date on them. Just every time I sit down at the altar here, I give you guys a reading because you eat my readings up so quickly. I do appreciate you. All right, here we go. So, does Taurus have a past life connection, and who is that person? Let's talk about that. Tell me about Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Okay. Oh, very interesting. So it could be someone who is a Taurus or a Libra. Someone that you are currently in partnership with. And what I mean by that is it's someone that you already know. The Three of Pentacles shows up. You may have been on this person's team. Maybe you played ball with them at one time. Maybe you played on their hockey team. It feels like it's a Three Pentacle relationship. So it's like a friend of a friend. You've met someone through a friend. And there is a partnerships. Like, you know this person. It's like they always show up at the barbecue when the certain family has a barbecue. You're like, oh, who's that guy? Is that guy coming this time? Or who's that girl? Is that girl coming this time? So we have the Seven of Cups. And it feels like it's an overwhelming feeling that you have been in an abundant situation with this person before. Like this abundance with them, like it feels like there's more abundance with them than everybody else. And what that means to me is like they are someone who finishes your sentence. They are someone who maybe they make their money in the same way you do. And maybe it's unconventional, right? Maybe you're both buskers, right? Maybe you're a ballet busker. I don't know. But it feels like you two have similarities in your lives because you've been dragging around with each other for a long time. I feel like you've been following each other. So my doctrine, which you do not have to accept if you don't want to, my doctrine is through my own meditations, have a doctrine that it is that we travel with groups. We travel in groups or in groups of souls. So it's like everybody that's in your life right now, you've known them already in another capacity in another life. So maybe your mother was your sister, or maybe your mother was someone who you dated, or do you know what I mean? We take on different things as different selves as we travel through these times to get the information that we need in order to help our soul grow. Like I said, it doesn't have to be your doctrine, okay? All right. Interesting energy here. So we could be talking about someone who is Taurus or Libra, someone who is Pisces or Cancer. Possibly, yeah, it feels like this is Taurian energy. I want to say that that it might, if you could be the Empress, or maybe the Empress is the person that I'm talking about for you. But it feels as though when you're in the presence of this person, you feel very overwhelmed. Like it feels like you feel like overwhelmed with emotion. Whenever you see this person, you might even, like when they walk in, you're like when they walk in the room, you're like, you feel their energy immediately. It feels like that kind of connection. And it's an overwhelming feeling that you don't know why you feel it. Well, very cool. We have the King of Pentacles. There you are. King of Pentacles and Justice. Wow. The King is about to get some justice here. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Justice is Libra. I think we're the 20th or the 21st as I post this, so we still have a couple days left in Libra season. All right, leave that there for now. There we go. Let's find out what's going on here. So I'm just going to go ahead and say that the past life connection, as I'm feeling it right now, my psychic energy is telling me that possibly you were a friend of the queen, or possibly you are the queen who had a friend. And it feels like your friend was a commoner and that you were someone who was a princess or a queen. It feels like there's an overwhelming feeling in this life that you've known this person before. It's almost as if for some of you that you treat this person, feminine or masculine, you treat them differently than you treat everyone else. You treat them more like royalty. You treat them like with a deep respect. That's the feeling that they give you. We have transportation. We have health. Interesting. Makes me feel like maybe you're an EMT. And I'm talking like this, when I'm talking like last life, like it feels to me like I'm talking about, as I look at this, it feels like, 1800s, 1900s. That's what I'm feeling here. It feels like, yeah, it feels like a while ago. Health transportation. That's very interesting. Galactic. Galactic coming up under the 7 of Cups. Tell me more. Trees. Solid. Tethered to the ground. Earthly, right? Very much earthly. And we've got Taurus energy here. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And Taurus here. One more. Medicine woman or medicine man. All right. Taurus, I think that you were two people that were very different from each other. Oh, interesting. We got a scribe or a writer. So I think that you were two people who were very different from each other. I feel like one of you was probably royalty, and the other was probably a commoner. And back in those times, royalty would never, ever live in a relationship or a love marriage with a commoner. You had to marry royalty, because back in those days, marriages were arranged out of, which countries were having trouble with each other. If we could join our families, it was supposed to settle everything and there wouldn't be war. I want to say that if it's you that is the who feels like maybe that you were the queen or the royalty, maybe someone has told you that before. Like, this is a general reading. Keep that in mind. But I'm thinking that maybe you know that, or you have an intuitive notion of that, or you've dreamt about it, or another person, maybe a psychic has told you that. But it feels like that one of you was royalty and the other one probably was someone who worked in the healthcare industry, the healthcare transportation industry. So it feels like maybe they were the person who, when somebody passed away, maybe they took the bodies to the morgue, or, this person is someone who's maybe an EMT, or if it was back in the 1900s, health transportation could be like maybe this person, this commoner who worked, maybe took transportation with the sick person and took them to the hospital, or, they had to, if they had to go a very long distance. Now, what I want to say, the biggest difference between you, I think, is that one is in the stars and one is on the ground. So it feels like the galactic is the person who believes in, tarot, and who believes in astrology and always has, and maybe listen to Nostradamus, or, you know what I mean? Like there's somebody who's always been connected to the galaxy or thinking about things of higher nature, of the higher mind. And one of you is very grounded, and, trees are very much about earth, right? Somebody who's very practical. It's about money. It's being tethered to the ground. Things are done in a certain way. It's all about structure. And then we have the medicine man or medicine woman. So that's very interesting energy, isn't it? Right? Health and the medicine man or medicine woman. So it feels like this person, the Three of Pentacles person, was not a doctor. They were probably not even a nurse. They were probably someone who was paid in transportation to take people to a medicine woman or a medicine man. And look, that would have been unconventional back then, because it feels like you wouldn't visit in the 1800s. You may not visit a medicine man or a medicine woman unless you were of that culture, unless somebody from outside of that culture came in to take you to their medicine woman or medicine man. So it feels like, if you understand, this person who is dealing in health transportation, I feel like they are the person who believes in the galactic everything, right? They believe in the creator. You got a little dream catcher here. They believe in a creator. They believe that that health and wellness comes from the earth. And usually people turn to those things when Western medicine fails them. So back in the 1900s, of course, there wasn't a whole lot. People were dying all the time, right? There wasn't a whole lot of ways that you could fix yourself. And it feels like that you could go to a doctor who might practice, very Western, wild Western thoughts. But it feels like this person here is the person that this health person took them to this person among the trees, to heal among the trees. We have a scribe or a writer. Unrequited love. Yes. Yes. Because no matter how much the Empress would want the commoner, she couldn't have it. It wouldn't be allowed. She wasn't making her own decisions. She's looking for an emperor. She wasn't making her own decisions about what she was doing. So this person could have also been a scribe, right? Pentacles. They could also be a scribe, as someone who would write down whatever someone would tell them. So if the priest came to town and the priest had a vision or something to say, the scribe would be the one who would write it all down. And so I feel like this person was probably someone who made their living, not a very good living, by the way, that they were probably someone who was quite poor, but they made their living in creative ways, which I mean was probably health transportation, taking this person to the medicine woman amongst the trees to heal. It feels like it's a very solid practice, but I also feel like this person was very much about astrology, about what was going on, in the ethereal world. And I don't think this person had that option. I think that although the Empress is the one who is solid and balanced and full of love, that this person, this Three of Pentacles person, had way more experience in their life than this person, because the Empress would have been raised to be a queen than raised to be an Empress, right? They would have been betrothed at a very young age, sometimes 5, 6, 7 years old. They'd play as children, and then they'd end up devoted to somebody at the end. So this person wouldn't even have a chance. Okay. Whew. That's a big channel, y'all. That's a really big channel. All right. Tell me more. Tell me more, please. Yeah, you were completely and totally in love. You and the Empress, or the Empress and you, take it as it resonates. I feel like these two people were deeply in love. And I feel like their economic status is what kept them apart. And the fact that this person was a commoner working for a living, and this one was, someone who was, raised to be someone who would be alongside the Emperor. I think that somebody probably told your person this will never work out because the stars are not aligned. It's not supposed to work out. It's not time. It feels like somebody who is a shaman or this medicine person, somebody who's a seer, probably told one of you, look, this ends up in heartbreak, in heartache. It cannot be. We can't do this. Page of Cups. And the Ten of Cups. Yeah. And so I feel like the person who is the Three of Pentacles spends a lot of time away. They spend a lot of time on the road, giving kindness and care to other people. I feel like this person ends up marrying, and they probably live within the tribe I feel like this person who is the Three of Pentacles also could be someone who lived off the land, right? Feeling like that maybe they were indigenous to the area and that they lived off the land. They lived in makeshift homes. They didn't, or maybe they were travelers. But it feels like somebody ended up marrying that shaman, I think. So, unrequited love is what we have here, right? Unrequited love. Oh, maybe somebody became a knight. And they had a baby. Okay. Tell me what became of these two. The Empress and the person who is in the Three of Pentacles. They could be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. They don't have to be. Of course, they don't have to be Taurus or Libra. Take it as it resonates. And could be Gemini. We have Gemini here as well, and Pisces and Cancer. Tell me what became of the person who is the Three of Pentacles and the Empress. Somebody said something. What's this? The Eight of Cups. There was a conversation had. We can't be together. I have to go. Oh, it seems like a sad love story. Yeah, we can't be together. The Eight of Cups is here. We have to part. I cannot settle. Like her status, the Empress's status, I cannot settle. It's not in my bloodline. Like I'm being told I cannot settle. And so, and she would have to, you know, settle if she were to be with someone in the Three of Pentacles. So the economic differences are staggering, right? Yeah, this is a true soulmate couple. So look, I always say we travel in clusters. I want to say that this soulmate, my friend, has been traveling with you for lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. And it feels as though, I feel like that this connection, it's like we keep trying. Every time we come back here, we keep trying and it doesn't work. We get to a certain point and then it stops. And it might be because of economic status. So I feel that these two people really were soulmates, and you really are soulmates with this person, right? We have the Six of Cups and the Lovers. This is a galactic connection, I feel, of two people that could not be together, that fell in love. It's likely that this person showed up at the castle and needed to take someone back to the shaman or the medicine woman to get well. Take back to this family. Yeah, it feels like this person at the Three of Pentacles person, it feels like this person's heart is, you know, just always open, always waiting, always looking for the Empress. So I feel like, yeah, you were soulmates and you come here in the same cluster. You had to have this conversation. The Empress had to tell you, I can't marry a commoner. That's not the way it goes. I can't be in the Four of Wands. I have to be in the castle. And although she wanted to, I feel, she wanted to because of the happiness and the fun, and we could have children, and it seemed like a really beautiful thing, but it couldn't happen. All we can do is give each other reciprocity in the Pentacle world. I can say good morning, I can say good afternoon, I'll look away, and we'll just keep, you know, we'll see each other in town, and, you know, that's really where we have to keep it. All right. There you are. Three of Pentacles. You're friends. You're friends, and it feels like there's, yeah, I feel like the person who's in the Three of Pentacles is the one who is very solid, someone who would just never give up, but this person, I think, had to pull away or was cut away by the Empress. And so I think that's somebody that's in your life right now. They could be a Gemini. They could be all of those signs that I mentioned. And I feel like this person is in your life as a friend or a friend of a friend. Sorry, my windows are open. Sounds like a lot of fun out there. I know I'm in here. Okay, the Three of Pentacles, it feels like you know this person now in your life as someone who is a friend or a friend of a friend. Page of Cups. The Emperor. Are you kidding me? Look at this. Look at that. The Emperor's here. I feel, oh my God, I just got head to toe chills. This person, whoever you are, if you're the person who's the friend of a friend or someone who is just so enamored by the other person that you can't stop thinking about them, I feel it's because you've come to this life to be an emperor. And I feel that you've become an emperor in this life because you had to give up your empress in the past. You see how they all connect, right? I feel like you still have feelings for this person. And, you know, the Page of Cups is here. You might even share a child in this life. But I feel like no matter if the person shows up as the King of Pentacles, which is you, no matter if they show up as the King of Pentacles or the Empress, I feel like the connection, the energetic connection is still there. It's kind of beautiful. I'm going to go for now. Thanks for watching here. I appreciate you letting me use my wild imagination and my channel this way. I loved it. It was fun. Thank you. Bye-bye.